हाय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, वंस अगेन वेलकम टू फैंस ऑफ मैथ्स। आज फैंस ऑफ मैथ्स में हमारे पास जो फर्स्ट टॉपिक है वो है इवन फंक्शन। अ फंक्शन अ फंक्शन f of x is said to be an even function if, बड़ा अब कंडीशन है, if f of या फंक्शन है x का, in any function if we replace x by minus x and the function will remain same and for all x as well as जो हमने minus x पुट किया है, these both are the elements of the set of domain of function। तो वो function जिसके अंदर in place of x if we put minus x and then function will remain same। देखो बेटा, यही फंक्शन सेम आई तो इस फंक्शन को हम इवन फंक्शन कहते हैं। लेट्स सी द एग्जांपल। नाउ वी हैव एग्जांपल नंबर 1। सिंपल एग्जांपल लेते हैं। सपोज करो हमारे पास f ऑफ x जो फंक्शन है x का वो है x स्क्वायर प्लस 3। तो चेक करने का तरीका, एमसीक्यू आएगा तो आप क्या करेंगे बेटा, रिप्लेसिंग x, ये x का फंक्शन है, इट मींस जो इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल है x, इसको रिप्लेस करना है बाय माइनस x। तो इन प्लेस ऑफ x माइनस x हमने पुट किया, इन प्लेस ऑफ x माइनस x और इसके ऊपर होल स्क्वायर से। नाउ इवन पावर है तो नेगेटिव x becomes positive x plus 3। So f of minus x is equal to x square plus 3 which is equal to same बेटा हमारा ओरिजिनल फंक्शन f of x आ गया। तो ये डेफिनेशन को एग्जैक्टली सूट करता है। तो देयरफॉर f of x जो ये हमारा फंक्शन है f of x is equal to x square plus 3 is an even function। तो बेटा ये हो गया हमारा even function। Let's see another example। Example number 2, f of x which is equal to cos x। अब बेटा ये cos x, let's see even function or odd function। Similarly we have to replace x by minus x। तो f of minus x is equal to cos minus x और हमें पता है कि cos फंक्शन की जो एंगल नेगेटिव है ये ऑटोमेटिकली पॉजिटिव हो जाती है एंड इट इज आल्सो इक्वल टू f of x। सो देयरफॉर cos या कोसाइन इज एन इवन फंक्शन। अब ये हमारा कोसाइन फंक्शन है वो इवन फंक्शन है। सिमिलरली इसका सेक जो है वो भी इवन फंक्शन होगा। वंस अगेन नंबर 3, f of x is equal to mod of x। so mod of x मतलब मॉडुलस फंक्शन है। तो f of minus x बेटा रिप्लेस करो x को minus x में एंड नेगेटिव x जो मॉडुलस है इट बिकम्स पॉजिटिव। तो इट इज सेम फंक्शन बेटा, ये भी हमारा मॉडुलस ऑफ x इज आल्सो एन इवन फंक्शन। बेटा ये भी हमारा इवन फंक्शन हो गया। तो ये हमारा इवन फंक्शन है बेटा। इस तरह वी कैन फाइंड द इवन फंक्शन एज वेल एज नेक्स्ट टॉपिक ऑड फंक्शन। ये हमारे पास नोट है इवन फंक्शन का। द ग्राफ ऑफ इवन फंक्शन, बेटा जो ग्राफ है इवन फंक्शन का, द ग्राफ ऑफ इवन फंक्शन इज सिमेट्रिक। ये सिमेट्रिक होगा अबाउट y एक्सिस। इट मींस y एक्सिस के ये सिमेट्रिक होगा जो इवन फंक्शन का ग्राफ। तो ये बेटा हमारा हो गया इवन फंक्शन। नाउ अनदर टॉपिक ऑड फंक्शन। नाउ डियर स्टूडेंट्स we have to explain another function, odd function। let's see the definition of odd function। a function f of x is said to be an odd function if, बेटा अब ये कंडीशन आ गई, if f of minus x is equal to minus f of x for all x as well as minus x, x as well as minus x belongs to the domain of the function। So now look at definition of odd function। a function in which we replace जो independent variable function x का है तो x को हमने replace किया minus x में and after taking negative sign common if this function becomes same तो हम कहेंगे बेटा ये odd function है। look at example। for example number 1, Suppose f of x which is equal to x cube minus x. अब बेटा ये हमारे पास एक फंक्शन है. How to take simple even function as well as odd function? In taking same है, we replace x by minus x. अब बेटा जो x है, replacing x by minus x. Let's see. In function, wherever x is here, you have to replace x by minus x. So it is minus x whole cube minus as well as minus x. So odd power है तो it becomes minus x cube. And negative into negative हो जाएगा positive and x. Now you take negative sign common because it is according to definition. If you take negative sign common, then this function will become the original given function. So negative sign common लो, it is x cube negative positive negative x. Now look at the given function x cube minus x. Again here after taking negative sign common, same function. So therefore negative sign and it is equal to f of x. तो बेटा ये हमारा जो function है, ये f of x is equal to x cube minus x which is odd function. तो बेटा ये हो गया odd function. Similarly, example number 2, f of x is equal to sin x. Sin x को replace करो, replacing x by minus x. So therefore f of minus x sin minus x. और हमें पता है कि in trigonometry में क्या होगा, sin की जो negative angle है तो ये negative sign आगे आएगी as the coefficient of sin x. So similarly you can see here f of minus x minus same after negative sign the given function becomes same. बिल्कुल ये same हो गया. So it is f of x. So therefore sin is an odd function. बेटा ये sin हमारा जो function है ये odd function हो गया. Similarly, another example, f of x which is equal to 0 for all x is equal to 0 and mod of x over x and x which is not equal to 0. So same simple method, you have to replace x by minus x. So therefore f of minus x is equal to 0 for all x is equal to 0. In mod of x, in place of x we put minus x over minus x for all x is not equal to 0. Now here modulus of negative x, it becomes positive x. But ये जो negative x है, ये negative sign आएगी आगे. तो 0 same and x is equal to 0 and it becomes positive mod of x. और ये नेगेटिव साइन आगे आएगी, डिनोमिनेटर का x ये ऐसे रहेगा और इसकी नेगेटिव साइन आएगी आगे. So this is not equal to 0. अब बेटा बिल्कुल ये given function जो देखो सेम ही है but it is negative sign common. That's why this overall is odd function. बेटा ये odd function. Now dear students, look at MCQ. Which of the following function is neither even and nor odd? A B C. In which function, वो कौन सा function है जो नहीं even है और नहीं odd है? f of x is equal to 10x plus x over x. सबसे पहले इसको चेक करते हैं. Now here f of x in place of x I write minus x which is equal to 10. x को हमने minus x से replace किया plus minus x over minus x. Now 10 की एंगल जो है वो नेगेटिव है तो ये नेगेटिव साइड आएगी आगे. 10x नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव x over negative x. Now here negative sign common तो ये हो जाएगा 10x नेगेटिव into negative positive x over minus x. बेटा ये नेगेटिव साइन कैंसिल तो ये जो हमारा फंक्शन जो होगा वो हो जाएगा 10x plus x over x. बेटा देखें ये सेम फंक्शन है जो ओरिजिनल गिवन फंक्शन है. तो ये हमारा इवन फंक्शन हो गया. मगर यहाँ कह रहा है नाइदर इवन नॉर ऑड, इट इज इवन फंक्शन. तो ये ऑप्शन नहीं है. नाउ लुक एट ऑप्शन नंबर बी. Again f of minus x which is equal to 10 minus x negative sign and cot minus x. Similarly you know that 10 नेगेटिव एंगल ये नेगेटिव साइन आएगी आगे 10x. नेगेटिव और कॉट में भी यही सेम सिचुएशन है. नेगेटिव x है तो नेगेटिव साइन आएगी आगे तो नेगेटिव और ये नेगेटिव बिकम्स पॉजिटिव एंड cot x. नाउ टेक नेगेटिव साइन एज कॉमन तो ये हो गया 10x और ये नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव it becomes negative and cot x. So after taking negative sign common, ये function exactly same होता है. तो this is called odd function. तो ये हमारा हो गया even function and ये जो है वो हो गया odd function. तो neither even nor odd आगे चलते हैं होता है C option में या नहीं. Let's see number C. F of minus x which is equal to minus x negative and minus x whole square. Minus x है negative sign same and even power तो ये negative sign becomes positive, it is equal to x square. Now take negative sign common, x plus x square. Now after taking negative sign common, you can see here the given function f of x is equal to x minus x square and here x plus x square. So this is not equal to the given function f of x. So this is neither even nor odd. तो ये हमारा हो गया neither even nor odd function. So therefore C is the correct option. तो बेटा ये हो गया हमारा even और odd के बारे में. और last point you must remember in note the graph of odd function. जिस तरह the graph of even function is symmetric about y-axis. Similarly, the graph of odd function, O for odd, O for origin. So the graph of odd function is symmetric about origin. Origin से ये symmetric होगा odd function का graph. तो बेटा ये हो गया even and odd function. Now dear students, next topic, inverse of a function. A function, if a function f from x to y be a 1 add on to function means bijective function. Keep in mind last time हमने explain किया था जो bijective function है उसका inverse होता है. तो f is a function from x to set y, it is a bijective function. Then f इनवर्स ये f है तो ये इनवर्स है इस f फंक्शन का फ्रॉम y टू x. ये फंक्शन f फ्रॉम x टू y तो इनवर्स ऑफ f इज फ्रॉम y टू x is called inverse of function f and defined as x is equal to f inverse of y. और जो ये y है inverse function के साथ है y belongs to the domain of the inverse function. What is the domain of inverse function? It is set y. So y element belongs to, which is the domain of inverse function, belongs to the y set. If and only if y is a function of x, या x जो है it is the domain of a function and x element belongs to the x set. So x जो है ये domain है a function का and y जो है वो domain है f inverse function का. So this is called inverse function. Look at the arrow diagram. Now at arrow diagram बेटा इस तरह arrow diagram है, ये है x function, its element is small x and it is y function or y set, ये x set, its element is small x और ये y set, its element is small y. Now we have a function from set x to set y. ये f is a function from set x to set y. तो यहाँ हमने लिखा था y is equal to f of x. Y is a function of x. इसको हम पढ़ेंगे y is a function of x. So y is a function of x. Y is a function of x. It can be written in the symbolic form f of x is equal to y. F of x is equal to y or y is equal to f of x. और यहाँ small x the pre-image element of x set. तो pre-image जो है वो is the element of the domain of f. So it is the domain of f which is written here. Now इसका inverse, f is a function from x to y, then inverse of f, this is the inverse. F inverse, inverse of f from set y to set x, from set y to set x, and it can be written in a symbolic form f inverse of y is equal to x or x is equal to f inverse of y. X is equal to f inverse of y. इसको हम कैसे पढ़ेंगे? X is inverse. ये क्या inverse function of y. X is inverse function of y. So here x is inverse function of y, और y जो है it is the domain of for all y is the domain of f inverse. So y is the domain of f inverse and y जो element है it is belonging to the या y is the element of capital Y set. So it is the inverse function. And one thing you must notice here, it is clear that जो इनवर्स फंक्शन का डोमेन है वो जो एफ फंक्शन का को डोमेन या रेंज है. यू कैन से द डोम ऑफ एफ इनवर्स, dome of f inverse is equal to range of f, and range of f inverse, range of f inverse is equal to dome of f, which is equal to dome of f. तो बेटा ये very important point you must remember. Now dear students, example number 1. In example number 1, if f of x is equal to cube root of x plus 1, then you have to find f inverse of x, f inverse at 0, f inverse at 1. So first of all we will find f inverse of x. तो बेटा गिवन जो हमारे पास है फंक्शन, ये क्या है फंक्शन f of x. f of x means y is equal to cube root of x plus 1. नाउ बेटा ये हमारे पास गिवन फंक्शन है. याद रखना गिवन फंक्शन जो है ये है y इन टर्म्स ऑफ x. ये है गिवन फंक्शन y इज अ फंक्शन ऑफ x. इट मींस y इन टर्म्स ऑफ x. ये हमारा गिवन फंक्शन. वी कन्वर्ट इन इनवर्स फंक्शन, इट मींस x इन टर्म्स ऑफ y, तो वो हो जाएगा इनवर्स फंक्शन ऑफ x. तो हाउ टू फाइंड, अब ये क्यूब रूट है, इसको खत्म करने के लिए क्यूबिंग ऑन बोथ साइड्स, तो ये हो जाएगा y क्यूब, इट विल बी x प्लस 1. सो हियर x इज इक्वल टू y क्यूब माइनस 1. ये हो गया x इन टर्म्स ऑफ y, x in terms of y, और we know that जो x है it is equal to f inverse of y. So in place of x you can write f inverse of y which is equal to y cube minus 1. But यहाँ क्या कहता है f inverse of x. So in last step we replace y by x. तो ये हो जाएगा f inverse of x, f inverse of x is equal to x cube minus 1. बेटा ये हो गया inverse function of given f function. Now inverse function at 0, in the given function you put x is equal to 0. तो ये हो जाएगा f inverse at 0 is equal to 0 cube means 0 minus 1 which is equal to minus 1. तो ये हो गया f inverse at 0 is equal to minus 1. Similarly you put x is equal to 1, तो हमारे पास हो जाएगा f inverse at 1. तो ये हो जाएगा f inverse at 1, 1 cube minus 1. 1 cube means 1, 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. तो ये हो गया 0 answer at 1. So f inverse at 1 is 0 and f inverse at 0 is minus 1. तो बेटा ये हो गया f inverse function. Now once again we have, ये था हमारे पास रेडिकल वाला फंक्शन. Now we have algebraic function, it is the linear function. और linear function को देखो बेटा, minus 2x plus 8. First of all you find f inverse of x, f inverse at 1, then very much important point, domain of f inverse and range of f inverse. So now first of all बेटा हमारे पास सॉल्यूशन है. गिवन फंक्शन जो है गिवन है f of x, वही सेम थिंग, f of x means y is equal to minus 2x plus 8. और ये हमारे पास है y in terms of x, और y in terms of x जब होता है तो इस फंक्शन में हमें डोम आराम से आसानी से मिल सकता है. y in terms of x मतलब x की वैल्यू चाहिए. So dome of x, it is linear function. So dome of x is every real number. जो ये f फंक्शन है इसका डोम every real number है. बेटा ये याद रखना, dome of f हमें मिल गया. Now we want inverse function of f. It means that we convert x in terms of y. तो ये हो जाएगा, now x comes here, negative becomes positive 2x, or it is equal to 8 minus y, or x is equal to 8 minus y over 2. Now it is x in terms of y. X in terms of y, it means it is the inverse function of x. So in inverse function of x या x in terms of y in which we are able to find the range of f function. याद रखना y in terms of x we can find the dome of the function and x in terms of y we can find the range. Range means the value of y. तो यहाँ y की value भी any real number you can put here the function will define at every value of y. So it means y is the value of the range of the function. So range of function is also the real number. And now आगे क्या कह रहा है f inverse of x. So you know that x इसके बराबर है x is equal to f inverse of y. So in place of x we write f inverse of y 8 minus y over 2. Now we replace in the last step y को हम x में replace करेंगे तो f inverse of x is equal to 8 minus x over 2. This is the f inverse of f. तो इस f function का ये हो गया inverse function. Now what is the value of inverse function at 1? तो यहाँ put करो in place of x, the value of x is 1. तो ये हो जाएगा 8 minus 1 over 2. It is 7 over 2. This is the inverse function. और इसकी value at 1 हो जाएगी 7 over 2. Now again the important thing, what is the dome of f inverse? अभी हमने कहा था the dome of f inverse is equal to range of f. So now therefore dome of f inverse which is equal to range of f, और range of f क्या है? Every real number is the range of f. तो dome of f inverse जो f inverse ये function है इसका dome होगा every real number. And range of f inverse, अभी हमने कहा था range of f inverse is equal to dome of f. So dome of f is also a real number. So range of f inverse is also a set of real numbers. Now once again we have a rational function. F of x is equal to 2x plus 1 over x minus 1. Now find the inverse function of f inverse, the value of inverse function at 0, at 1, and very much important question, dome of f inverse and range of f inverse of the rational function f. So first of all we will find f inverse. Again given same method beta, given हमारे पास है f of x which is equal to y. Y हमारे पास है 2x plus 1 over x minus 1. हम कह सकते हैं y in terms of x, or when y in terms of x, yeah, y is a function of x. So now in this given question we are able to find the dome of the function. याद रखना dome of function is every real number. आगे अगर ये कहे except 1, because if you put 1 in the x in the denominator and denominator becomes 0, so the function is undefined at 1. So except 1 every real number is the dome of the function. ये हो गया y in terms of x. हमें चाहिए f inverse function. It means x in terms of y. So let's see. आगे इसको solve करते हैं. Cross multiplication. xy minus y which is equal to 2x plus 1. Now xy and it becomes 2x positive becomes negative and y plus 1. Take x common, y minus 2 which is equal to y plus 1. Now here x which is equal to y plus 1 over y minus 2. So there in this step you can say x in terms of y. X in terms of y. It means in this step we can find the value of y. Y means range of the function. So range of function is every real number except 2. If you put 2 in place of y तो इसका dome 0 हो जाएगा. It means function जो है y की 2 value पे this step is undefined. तो बेटा ये हो गया inverse function, but we have to convert in the x variable. तो in place of x you know that x किसके बराबर है? X is equal to f inverse of y which is equal to y plus 1 over y minus 2. Now we replace in last state बेटा हम replace करेंगे y को x में तो ये हो जाएगा f inverse of x which is equal to x plus 1 over x minus 2. ये हो गया inverse function of f function और इसका ये हो गया inverse function. Now आगे जो we want these values by the help of this inverse function. Now we put the value of 0, the value of inverse function at 0. तो यहाँ हम put करेंगे put x is equal to 0 in the inverse function because यहाँ inverse function की बात हो रही है. तो ये हो जाएगा f inverse 0 in place of x 0 plus 1 over 0 minus 2. So minus 1 over 2 the value of inverse function at 0. Similarly, what is the value of inverse function at 1? So again you put x is equal to 1. So f inverse at 1 in place of x1. So here 1 plus 1 over 1 minus 2. So it becomes 2 over minus 1. It is minus 2. This is the value of the inverse function at 1. Now next, dome of inverse function. Dome of inverse function हमने कहा था it is range of f function. Dome of f inverse is equal to range of f. What is the range of f? क्या हमने मालूम की range of f. So it becomes dome of f inverse. Dome of f inverse is equal to every real number except a set containing two elements. Now last step, what is the range of f inverse? Also, range of f inverse is equal to dome of f. And what is the dome of f? Dome of f is every real number except a set containing element 1. So range of f inverse is every real number except one element. तो बेटा ये हो गई range of f inverse. It is dome of f inverse. Also other values I to the value of x. This is all about the today lecture. And next time we will come with another topic. Till then, bye bye and take care.